Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. A little bit of a chilly morning, minus 25 Celsius. But hey, remember it's winter, right? And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, it's been 4 or 5 days or so since I touched a camera. Or, I guess I should say, touched a camera to vlog. It was before Christmas. And, well, made her through the big Christmas Eve. And everybody has a dinner or so on those days. And Christmas Day had dinner once more. And then, of course, there's the big Boxing Day shopping. I forget exactly which day, whether it was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but I think it might have been Christmas Eve. I received a knock on the door. This is getting on to be midnight or so. And I, not answering the door that time of night. Anybody who knows me would text or call first. So I looked out my office window and there's a lady standing on the doorstep with a man right behind her. Another guy in the driveway by the Silverado, and then another one back by the canyon. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, what's going on? There's nobody I recognize, like no relatives to surprise me for Christmas or whatever. You know, they're carrying like bags and a backpack, like maybe they're looking for somebody else's house and got the wrong address, but I can't figure out what they were doing at my house, especially spread out like they were. You know, if you're coming to somebody's house to stay the night, you are usually in a bunch on the doorstep, not spread out like that. And of course your mind automatically goes into protect mode, and you're wondering if they're there to do a home invasion or to break into your house, right? Probably should have called it in, because that was odd. But, you know, the cops got better things to do than to investigate somebody who is probably going to be gone by the time they get here. There was no vehicles in the driveway, no new vehicles on the street. You know, no vehicles in the back alley that I could see here. Even when they went away, there was no vehicles. So I have no idea who or where they were, come from, or what they were, right? So maybe I got lucky, or maybe they just had the wrong address. Well, family wanted me to shoot Christmas Day again, where, you know, we unwrap presents. So I set up the camera and got the footage roughly rendered. So that's pretty sweet there. I can edit that next couple of days, and, well, it'll all work out the way it's supposed to work out. I forget if I was vlogging that day or not, but I got a call from the computer shop, and my custom-built computer rig was ready for pickup, which is pretty great. You know, you pay that kind of money for something and you're kind of wondering, you know, when's it gonna, happen, right? It's a legitimate shop, so you know they're not gonna close doors and, move to, Tahiti or something. You know, you're gonna get her eventually, and like parts have to come in. And there was an issue with the RAM where the RAM he ordered was no longer stocked, so he had to wait for the proper RAM to come in. And I could have had her a couple of days earlier if I would have went with less RAM, but hey, you know, I wanted her good and have the power behind her, so I chose to wait, because, well, really, I don't really need the computer now. I just want a better computer in the next, couple of months. And of course, Boxing Day was, well, Boxing Day. There is a Boxing Day flyer up. However, by the time you see this, it'll be like a month old. Well, the sales were okay. I think they throttled back a bit on the sales this year. You know, there was door crashers for TVs and drones this year. GoPro camera was on sale. Various other goodies, but there wasn't a big sale like there was, last year and the year before. So probably due to the economy, they didn't bring in as much stuff as they normally would, right? Well, currently, of course, I got some uploads going on for the vlogging channel. I already uploaded to the Maxwell's World channel, so we're good to there, and I think I'm 1 or 2 videos left on the vlogging channel, and currently I'm doing a mass editing for the Maxwell's World channel, and we'll get those edited up and waiting, and then I'll film a few videos, well, in between. Yesterday was a bit of a frustrating day. I posted some classified ads, and I had one guy say, hey, I'm interested in, blah, 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 and he goes, is it still available? And of course I replied. And then 3 or 4 minutes he replies back saying, what's your number? I'm on my way. Well, so of course I want to sell it, so I give him my phone number, and 2 hours later he doesn't show up. About the hour mark, I sent him a text saying, hey, you still interested? Are you on your way still? Never got a reply. So at the 2 hour mark, I sent him a text message that if he was a real person, would have most definitely have ruffled his feathers, and still no reply. So I think he was a fake person, probably a computer that was mining for phone numbers, data mining, right? It's sad when that happens because, well, now your phone number's out there and you'll get a bunch of spam phone calls for, WestJet cruises and all that crap because of, some idiot that has no intention of ever remotely purchasing the product you're trying to sell. But hey, that's what happens, I suppose. When you're trying to sell something, you always get those tire kickers. And I should have known because I recognized the name from previous items I was trying to sell, and I shouldn't have replied. But you're trying to sell something, and when you get that reply, you want to jump at it. But pretty much, guys, gonna go back in, do some editing, and we'll see y'all probably later. Here we are, a little bit of a morning update. Well, of course, got the videos. I was edited, about halfway edited. I believe I got 15 or so to edit, and I did about 5 or 6 anyways. I was going to do more, but my editing software started to get all laggy, and you know how it does, grumpy and wants to shut off all the time. So I decided, well, let's shut her on down because, well, it's telling me to take a break. Well, I put a poll on the old social media, the Twitters, and just wanted to see the replies I get back. Whether I should stay with Pinnacle, should I go with Magix, should I go with Sony Movie Studio? I believe they have version 13 out. The version I have is 12, and I was thinking about reinstalling it and seeing if I can get the hang of it. And if I can get the hang of it, maybe I'll spend the money to get to 13. So, of course, going to strike out this morning, throw the old Blackview back on the dash, and see if I can get some road footage. I got 4 or 5 places I want to stop this morning. One of them is Staples, because I want to pick up some organizers for the office. Over the last couple of days, in between family time and setting up devices, I've been organizing my office. It's been a while since I organized it, and even longer that I've really dove into the filing system. It's kind of been a bit of a chaotic year or two, and sometimes things get put on the back burner that shouldn't, and that's kind of one of them. So pretty much, guys, going to include some driving footage here. Hopefully it works. The Blackview has spent the last 4 or 5 days at freezing temperatures in the truck, so we'll see if it fires right up and records properly. Well, it's been a while since I vlogged. The best part of the day, if I can remember correctly. This morning I went on out and went to my places I needed to go. I believe I haven't yet inserted the Blackview Road footage in, so I will put it in front of this clip. And, well, went around, picked up some stuff, picked up some organization trays from the stationery place, and went over to the Best Buys and picked up a new keyboard and mouse for the new computer or editing area. Went over to the big Home Depot, picked up a box of windshield washer fluid. I think I'm down to my last 3-4 jugs, so pick up another 3-4, kind of to replace the ones I've used, and should be good for the remainder of the winter. You know, we're here just about to start January, and we still have 3 or so more months, and out of those 3 months there's going to be probably a good 2 to 2.5 of a wet once we push into March before everything dries out, and you know, we don't want to run out, right? And at the price I paid for them, they're, you know, double and triple anywhere else. Well, of course, I entered some more emails that had replied to the item I had for sale, and, well, somebody showed up. And it's a little bit bittersweet. As you see here, it is my dad's trike. If you guys been watching the Maxwell's World videos, I did a assembly on this here trike probably 8 months or so ago. I forget the exact timeline, but Dad ordered it online. It was delivered and wanted me to put her together, and he never got a chance to ride it. It went right from my garage to his place and sat in one spot until the day that I wheeled it back out of there into my garage again. And I got nowhere near what he paid for it by far, because he didn't just pay for the trike, he also had to pay for the shipping. And well, it is what it is, right? You know, it's taking up space in my yard, and it has to go. It's taking up space in my garage, and it has to go. I got stuff I want to do, projects I want to do, and it's a trike, right? How many people are really going to want to buy a trike? Other people have tried to sell ones that are brand new, and they sit around and sit around and sit around, and they end up selling them for $50. So I think I did fairly well on mine, and getting what I got and cash in hand is better than, well, a trike you're never going to ride, right? Well, of course, went out, got some beverages for the night. Probably going to watch some Netflix shows. And then, well, before you know it, it'll be time to shut her on down. I'll probably do some more organization later tonight in the office, get some of the paperwork shuffled around and micro-sorted into where they need to go. And then, well, it'll all be good. So, you guessed her. Catch you all later. A little bit of an end to another day. Well, of course, was a good day, a busy day. Started the morning off with some running around. Picked up some stuff for the office. The unboxing videos will be along shortly, in a little bit of a while, but they will improve the office a bit. Like I mentioned earlier, setting up the second workstation, and I upgraded a few things, and I forget the exact date on the keyboard, the Logitech mouse and keyboard combo, but I'm pretty sure it's been 3 years, and it's starting to act up, so it'll probably be replaced in the next year or two as well. And of course, ended up doing a few things around the house. Had supper, watched some TV, posted a few things on the social medias. Well, sold Dad's trike today. Like I mentioned earlier, a little bit of a bittersweet feeling. Nice to have the cash in hand, but that's one less thing that I own that Dad had. You know, it kind of brings up a question, you know, how much stuff do you hoard away that belonged to a loved one that you lost? You know, do you let it all go because, well, you're never going to use it, which is pretty much what I did? Or do you hoard it all up and in hopes of Or do you hoard it all up because you don't want to be without, connections to your loved one and never really use any of it because, well, it, belonged to my dad. I don't have the space to collect stuff, nor do I have the want to hold on to excessive amounts of things. Well, of course, currently doing some more organization in the old office. Putting up some organization trays, trying to get things squared on away. Have made me a deal that when I get my office squared away, I'll open my new computer. And it's really, really bugging me. I want to open that new computer, but at the same time, I want to get the office straightened out before I do that. One of the good things today is I got my new decals today. And of course, they turned out very, very well. They're really, really nice. If you guys are interested in a decal, send me your address, send me a letter. A post office box or fan mail box address is down below. Again, if you write me a letter, I will write one back. If you send me a decal, most definitely I will send one back. But pretty much the end of the day, here we are. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.